What's up and welcome to Guangzhou, China. My name's Luke Martin with ChopstickTravel.com, and today is day 2 of our comprehensive series and guide to Guangzhou's street food and local eateries. So if you didn't check out yesterday's episode, we had an incredible dim sum feast. One of my all-time favorite dim sums is the cha shao bao. Let's try this out here. Oh, yum. The texture of that is honestly like a cloud. We also visited one of the largest medicinal markets in the entire world. This is a huge Chinese medicinal market. You can find everything here. I honestly can't identify everything. And we finished the day with an incredible Cantonese clay pot. The best part is at the bottom of the clay pot. You can see here that crispy rice on the outside. Oh man. Kind of tastes like burnt popcorn. Today we have a lot planned. Right now we are heading for breakfast, and later on we are going to check out the Huangsha Fish Market, which is one of the largest fish markets in the entire world, and we are going to be doing a lot more snacking than just that today. So let's go get some breakfast. We are at a restaurant for breakfast today, and this is called Yinji Cheong Fun. So they serve Cheong Fun, which is a steamed rice batter wrapped up with all kinds of different ingredients. So out front they're making it. They start out by putting the very kind of watered down rice batter on top of a sort of cheesecloth, and then they steam that in these huge steamers and then pull it off, scrape it off the cheesecloth, and then top it with a little bit of light soy sauce and a little bit of oil. So we've got 2 different kinds here. This is the final product. We've got one with beef. So this one's stuffed with beef and there's some cabbage in there. And then this one has shrimp and a little bit of cabbage, maybe some green onions as well. And then you can see it is kind of swimming in that light soy sauce. I'm gonna start with this beef one here and just kind of tear a piece off so you can see inside. And man, this looks awesome. I love Cheong Fun. We had some yesterday, but this one is huge compared to that one. So let's try it. That is extremely delicate. The batter is so thin, and from being steamed, it's really just kind of creamy almost, but very delicate and with a little bit of an elasticity to it. There's big chunks of beef in that one too. And then the soy sauce is light and a little bit salty. Let's try the shrimp kind now. Oh yeah. Oh yum. Same as the first one, but that time with that huge meaty shrimp in there. That shrimp is nice and firm. And man, this is such a perfect breakfast for me because it's light enough that it's not heavy in your stomach for the rest of the day. This restaurant, Yinji, is a sort of a chain around Guangzhou, but I think this is the original store that we're at, and I would definitely recommend you come here to try the Cheong Fun. Finished off with our breakfast. That was really good, but we are still a little bit hungry. We are going to head to the metro and go to the largest fish market in China, the Huangsha Fish Market. Just got off the metro at Huangsha Station, and it was just a short walk to the fish market from exit D1. And like I said earlier, this is the largest fish market in China, one of the largest in the world, and you can definitely tell when you're getting close because you start to smell the fish, and you can just see there's tons of people moving boxes full of all things from the ocean. So we are just going to explore this market before we buy a little bit of seafood and then take it up to one of the restaurants for them to cook. Wow. We are just exploring the Huangsha Fish Market. This place is absolutely massive, right on the banks of the Pearl River. This is certainly a wholesale market. There is tons and tons, literally, of fish here, and they must be moving these all around China. It's not really a market that you come to eat, but there is some places that are selling smaller quantities that you can buy and then take to the nearby restaurants, but it's definitely a wholesale fish market. So we're gonna go buy our fish now because we are starting to get hungry. Okay, we just bought all our seafood. We didn't get too much because it is quite expensive here, but we got a couple of mantis shrimp. And we paid 150 for a few mantis shrimp, some razor clams, and also some scallops, yeah. So we're gonna take it over to the restaurant and cook it up. So you just take it across the street and then up to the second floor of this building. We will put some information in the description below, and then they will cook it based on the weight. So I think he said it was gonna be 10 yuan per half kilo. Our food has arrived and this looks absolutely wonderful. We asked the waitress just to cook it in the Guangzhou style, or what they recommend. So let me introduce everything we've got here to you. First up are these massive scallops. They are steamed on top of a bed of vermicelli noodles with some green onions and then just coated in garlic. Those are some meaty looking scallops. Those look awesome. This has got to be the one that I'm most excited for. This is the razor clams with black bean sauce, some bell peppers on there, and then quite a few chilies as well. That smells incredible. The recommended way of cooking these mantis shrimps was deep fried, so we only got a few of these guys, but they do look pretty good, and maybe they're lightly battered and salt and pepper. That looks awesome too. And then of course we got some vegetables, just stir-fried water spinach. Let's start with these razor clams. They are super soaked in that juice. I'm gonna grab some of these peppers and then one of the clams, put it on my rice here, grab a little bit of rice, and let's try that. Oh man, oh yum. That is amazing. Those actually have quite a bit of a spice to them, and then that bell pepper is nice and crunchy, but man, those razor clams are so soft and full of juice. That black bean sauce gives it a little bit of a sweetness, but honestly the best part is how spicy that is. That is really good. Next up is the steamed scallops with garlic. Let's give this a try. This smells so good. That is garlicky, full of flavor. The scallop is nice and soft still, and then those noodles just kind of catch all the droppings from that steamer. And I'm just gonna finish off the rest of these noodles here. Those are beautiful. That's actually what really brings together the whole dish. It is so buttery and good. Last but not least is the mantis shrimp deep fried. Kind of dissect this guy, take his head off, and these things are pretty tough, but there should be quite a bit of meat underneath there. All right, I've dissected it. Let's try it out here. Oh yum. That's pretty good. It's very simple. It's just lightly salted with a little bit of pepper too. I think maybe you can eat the shell, but like I said, I just like the meat inside. It's pretty good. Not my favorite. I'd have to say the scallops were a lot better, but the razor clam is my favorite. Okay, so it is my turn to try the scallop. This looks massive. Just look at it. I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite things to have when I'm eating a seafood feast. Oh my god. Oh, that is so strong with garlic. That is my favorite. Finished off with our seafood meal. That was quite expensive for what you got, but the quality was really good. It's all about how fresh that seafood is, and they do a really good job cooking the food here. I would say though that this place is a little bit difficult for foreigners to buy food at a good price because they might try to rip you off outside. So try to bargain hard. We didn't get them to budge too much, but if you do come here, try the seafood because it is worth it, and it was really tasty. So right now we are gonna head to a little island that is known for being beautiful, kind of European style. It's called Xiamen Island, and it's right down the street, so we're going there now.
So we are on Shamian Island now, and it is mainly famous for its beautiful colonial buildings, British and French buildings. It's super beautiful. Nowadays, it's just a tourist attraction, but before it used to be a very important island for foreign trade.
Just strolling pleasantly along the streets here in Shamian Island. A lot of the streets are pedestrian only, so there's no cars. There's some streets on the island that allow cars, but mostly it's just these nice kind of tree-lined streets that give you a lot of shade, and it's a nice place to just peacefully stroll around and cool off here in Guangzhou. There's even a Starbucks set in these colonial era buildings. Really cool, cool place for photography. I think we're going to head back to our Airbnb. We're pretty stuffed still after our seafood meal, and we're gonna head back out tonight to get some dinner. We are at the restaurant for dinner tonight, and this place is called Yinji, and they serve all kinds of different types of noodles. We ordered up the most famous mian, which is a very simple noodle. We ordered it with beef. They are really friendly, the owners are really friendly here, and they've got huge pots of the beef and different types of meat braising away out front. They've got piles stacked high of noodles ready for cooking, and they're cooking those noodles fresh out front. So here we have our mian with beef. So this is braised beef, and you can see those gorgeous noodles there. And I'm not sure what cut it is, but it seems like there's quite a bit of tendon in there as well. And it also is served with a little soup on the side, but I don't even think it's a soup really. I think it's just the water that they cooked the noodles in. So let's dig into this. Oh wow. Oh, those are surprisingly good. They don't look like much, but really they pack a lot of flavor. It's all coming from the braised sauce. It's just packed with Cantonese spices. And that meat, I did not expect it to be that tender. It completely fell apart in my mouth. But really, it's all about those noodles. Those noodles are just perfectly cooked. Let's take one more bite of this. Try to get a piece of beef here, some noodles, and let's try that. Oh, that beef is ridiculously tender. These are just too good. I couldn't resist but ordering another plate. So I have the same thing here, the beef mian, and man, this is just so mouth-watering. These noodles are perfect. There are a few condiments on the table, but honestly, I don't think this needs anything. This is just perfect as is. And this is really like the epitome of Cantonese flavor. Let's have one bite here. It's really just all those Cantonese spices that make this such a good dish. That is gonna be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. Man, today we ate a lot of delicious food. You can find all of the information for the places we visited today down in the description box, and make sure you hit subscribe so you get notified when we post a new video. Also hit the bell icon, and make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed it. And yesterday's video from Guangzhou, the link also will be down below, and we're still in Guangzhou for a few more days. And like I said earlier, this is sort of your guide to enjoying the street food and the local eateries here in Guangzhou. Today was amazing, and we had an awesome time. So we'll see you again from Guangzhou very soon. Bye-bye.